Iran's military buildup is once again in global headlines as reports surface that Tehran has received a batch of Russian MiG-29 fighter jets, a move analysts say reflects both short-term needs and longer-term strategic ambitions. According to local media, these jets have been deployed at Shiraz Air Base, marking a rare upgrade for an air force that has largely relied on aging aircraft for decades. While the MiG-29s may not represent the cutting edge of Russian technology, their arrival signals the beginning of what Iranian officials describe as a broader modernization effort in partnership with Moscow. Abul Fazl Zoravand, a senior member of Iran's Parliamentary National Security Committee, told the semi-official Tasnim news agency that the MiG-29s are part of an interim deal. He stressed that Tehran's ultimate goal is to receive Russian Sukhoi Su-35s, which defense experts describe as some of the most advanced fighter aircraft in Moscow's arsenal. Iran has taken delivery of MiG-29s, and Sukhoi Su-35s are expected soon, Zoravand stated, adding that these acquisitions will gradually transform the country's air combat capabilities. Although Moscow has not officially confirmed these deliveries, regional observers note that Russia's growing military dependence on Iran amid the Ukraine war makes such transfers highly plausible. Western outlets, including Reuters and The Guardian, point out that evidence of Su-35 deployment inside Iran remains scarce, raising questions about whether Russia can afford to spare such aircraft while its own forces face heavy losses on the battlefield. Beyond fighter jets, Iranian officials have hinted at even more consequential acquisitions. Reports claim that both Russia and China are preparing to supply Tehran with advanced air defense systems, including Russia's S-400 and China's HQ-9. The HQ-9 is widely seen as Beijing's equivalent to the U.S. Patriot system, while the S-400 has been fielded by countries like Turkey and India despite Washington's objections. If confirmed, these deliveries would mark a significant leap in Iran's defensive reach, enabling it to challenge both U.S. and Israeli air power in the region. The urgency of these upgrades is clear when looking at Iran's existing fleet. Most of its aircraft, U.S.-made F-4s, F-5s, and F-14s, were purchased before the 1979 Islamic Revolution. International sanctions have long prevented Tehran from obtaining replacements, forcing its engineers to keep outdated planes operational through reverse engineering and limited domestic upgrades. The new influx of Russian technology would represent the most serious modernization of Iran's air power in more than 40 years. Experts note that Tehran initially expressed interest in purchasing around 50 Su-35s. According to Jane's Defense Weekly, only a fraction of that order has been fulfilled so far. Still, even a smaller fleet of Su-35s would be a game-changer, given their advanced radar systems, long-range strike capability, and maneuverability that rivals Western jets like the Eurofighter Typhoon and the American F-15. Analysts believe their deployment could significantly shift the air balance in the Persian Gulf. Tehran's vulnerability in air defense has been highlighted by repeated Israeli strikes on Iranian positions in Syria and by reports that its S-300 batteries, acquired in 2016 after years of delay, were recently destroyed in Israeli operations. Analysts quoted by BBC News argue that the possible replacement of these units with S-400 systems would restore Iran's ability to deter airstrikes and project greater confidence against rivals in the region. For Washington and its allies, these developments are deeply concerning. The U.S. Department of Defense has repeatedly warned that enhancing Iran's air force would further destabilize an already volatile Middle East.